Hey everyone, this is Pharaoh Silver, the Pharaoh of Beer Money Finance, and this is the March 2025 Beer Money Portfolio Month in Review. So I was a little worried this was going to be a slow month, but actually I just realized that it's going to be April that'll be the slow month instead, due to March being light. And much of that is because of Freecash, because a lot of the stuff that I get from Freecash is brought over from the previous month. So this month in March, I am looking at only getting about $30 in right now. Maybe I might get more. We'll see. But I did mention in one of my rants, I want to start developing healthier mental habits with Beer Money Engine. So you will see another app as well on top of Freecash that you normally wouldn't expect on here. And you probably have all noticed that. We'll get to that as well. But first, the summary. For the month of March, we've earned $214.89 and spent $62.98 for a profit of $151.91 over 9 different apps. The $62.98 spent was on $4.99 on Big Farm Mobile Adventure, realizing I need to spend $1 more in order to get that $5 bonus on it now. $5.99 on Monopoly Go, where I did get said $5 bonus, and $52 on Bridge Earn Plus. We're going to have to say goodbye to one app, though, and that is Coinbase. Reason for this is because they ended their Coinbase Learn tab, so opportunities to earn by learning crypto are no longer available there. With no other free money-making options, it is time to say goodbye to Coinbase, at least as a Beer Money app. So we're going to go over the 6 apps where I profited more than $5 this month, and we're going to start with Freecash at $96.87, and I spent $10.98 for a profit of $85.89. Leftovers from Frog's Kitchen and the start of Monopoly Go on the iPhone are what contributed to most of the money, about $70 and another $34 incoming. Now I'm actually going to do something that I will rarely do. And that is, if I go to here, one of the challenge missions that I failed on, which is Monopoly Go. I'm going to go down here, and one of the challenge missions was the $50 one, which was reach board 31 within 10 days. Now, I had reached this, but the problem was I reached it at 12:05 when it expired at midnight. Literally a 5-minute difference. And plus, I was very hounded by being sick at the time, and I wasn't quite sure, I had to skip an entire day due to being nearly hospitalized. I had to go to the doctor and all that. So what I'm going to do is, I know that I would have gotten this had I not had been sidelined by a doctor. I'm aware things happen, but most of you and most people in general would not have the medical issues that I tend to have that do kind of push some of these things to the side for days at a time. So because of that, I'm actually going to go ahead and grant my Beer Money Portfolio account, that $50. This is going to be rare. This is not something I'm going to do very commonly. Matter of fact, the second one, which is reach board 70 within 20 days, was a lot tougher, and I knew that I wouldn't have gotten it at that time. I was about 3 days late on it. I'm currently well into getting there on the $30.50 one, which is reach board 100 within 40 days. It is currently day 25 of the time of this recording, and I am on board 84. So I'm getting very close to reaching this board 85 one. Hopefully it will work. We will see. Also, as I mentioned, I'm going to start being a little more intentional with my time. I want to focus more on not just making money, but also being able to make money while having fun. And so I'm only going to focus on games that are simple, easy, and quicker to reward, which leads me to Big Farm Mobile Adventure. So, like I said, it shouldn't take me more than an hour of my time a day to do said game that I am focused on. I tend to get kind of bored after that, unless, of course, it's a game that I actually enjoy, like Power World or something like that. But none of those are going to be something that I'll be getting money for playing. Word games as well would be another one that I find easy enough and comfortable enough for me to play. So I will continue to do those. And if I find something else that would be simple and easy and not just annoying, I will do it. However, this Big Farm Mobile Adventure is not one of those. I'm just going to get to level 30 on this, and then I'm going to abandon it because this was just really bad. I don't recommend it for earning. Maybe I might have gotten better if I was a little more attentive, but it definitely wasn't great for these missions. I'm just going to hit level 30 so that way I get some kind of profit. and at least make that small bit of profit on the $4.99 that I put down on this. But yeah, what I earned with the $4.99 special that I got really didn't get me very far. I am currently at level 23 right now, but they're giving me 90 days to play, so I'm going to play through those 90 days, and hopefully I will get somewhere with it. We'll see. Also, I'm pretty sure that there is no chance I'll be able to get this one at this point because, again, I skipped a couple days due to my illness. However, the $5 play on 40 different days and the $2.50 play on 20 different days is another one that I could probably finish up. Again, I'm just playing 2 minutes a day, and that's pretty much it for those. So there's still about $12.50 left to be made on this, but I do not recommend it, y'all. Doing all that just so I make, what would this be, 16 bucks? Well, it'll be $11 profit after. Yeah, I don't recommend it at all. Second place is Benjamin with $25.24. I missed a little bit due to illness, so I didn't average $1 a day this month, but at minimum I try to cash out $25 every month out of Benjamin now. I am a little bit iffy on trying games though with Benjamin, even if they do pay better than Freecash at times, because again, I've had main issues with a lot of their games just not paying out, so I'm continuing to work with ads, trying to get that $25 a month. Benjamin is definitely coming back into my rotation though, now that it is on the iPhone. Third place is Atlas Earth with $25. It took over a year to get here, well, about 15 months, but Atlas Earth is finally in the bronze position for the month. And it'll only get better as I have hit the 15x tier on the simulated account. For those new to the review, I have a simulated Atlas Earth account that I use as if I don't buy Explorer Club or the challenges, and I try to find how much money one can make in Atlas Earth if they resist the temptation and play completely free to play. It is completely math-based. It is not an account on Atlas Earth at all. It is simply a simulated account. I use my efforts with how much ads I watch and all the challenges in order to get there, and until recently I had done top 500 in minigames, but now I am having my simulated account only focus on getting to the challenges. Said player would now be at 290 parcels and 101 badges and in the 15x tier in the United States. After rolling those 70 new parcels, I got a much luckier than last time 32 common, 21 rare, 10 epic, and 7 legendary to get me up to 151 commons, 85 rares, 38 epics, and 16 legendaries. My monthly profit with 22 hours of boosting has also gone up from $22.97 a month on the 20x tier to $25.03 a month, meaning that now I will consistently start making $25 a month. However, I have a little under 1,000 Atlas bucks toward the 365 parcel tier and 12x, of course, so it'll be at least 2, maybe 3 months before I get to the next tier down and hopefully get more money, as Atlas bucks are a little harder to come by now since I had the sim account exit that top 500 strategy that I mentioned and only focus on getting the wins for the challenges on the month. And all time we are now at $195 profit in 15 months. As for my real account, well, we're going to talk about that on Saturday's video, alright? Fourth place is PaidViewpoint with $15.04. I decided to take a little more advantage of surveys and I'd still cash out at the end of the month, which still puts me at $15, even though the threshold, for me at least, has dropped to $5. Now, I heard this threshold drop was not for everybody, but as far as I know, everyone that I know that has used PaidViewpoint have their new threshold set to $5. So I gotta say, nice buff by PaidViewpoint if so. Someone also mentioned that I had my personal information on here last time. I did blur that out on a previous on the previous video. So I'm just going to show this screen here, and that's pretty much all you're going to see of PaidViewpoint until I figure out how to show, surveys and all that properly on here. And in general, I don't want to really show like my surveys on here, because again, I don't want to give away any personal information. However, yes, PaidViewpoint, doing great, and honestly, right now, of the survey sites, it is the best. Fifth place is Frisbee with $11.25. I know I was planning to group all the receipt apps together, but just as I was about to, several apps like CoinOut, Frisbee, and Pogo have decided to branch out and add more functionality to their apps. Now, Pogo has been doing this for a while, so that's fine. But I will say, of them, Frisbee has made the most drastic and beneficial change in my opinion, and the one that I'm eyeing because of this. Down here, you see the watch video ads. You earn 2 points for each ad, and in Frisbee, 200 points make $1. You get to watch up to 50 ads per day, although sometimes I'm getting it around 48, 49, and they stop me there. But that's still like, about 48, 49 cents, 50 cents a day, which is pretty good. And right now, if you don't have an iPhone for easier ads with Benjamin or Earn Plus with Bridge, this is your best bet to earn. And let's not forget being able to scan receipts on top of it for 2.5 cents a pop. And finally, at 6th place is Groupon with $7.20. I've decided I'm going to take the cashback rewards that I get from activities out, and I'm going to throw it into here, but I'm not going to abuse it too much. I'm actually going to keep myself to like a $100 a month activity limit. So basically, with Groupons, if it costs me more than $100 for the month, then I'm actually going to subtract it from the portfolio. But for $100 per month, I'm going to add the savings on to it. So I'm going to give you all an example here. And as a matter of fact, they just updated this, Monster Mini Golf did. But when I went to Monster Mini Golf, there was a $36 deal for a round of mini golf for 2 people and $5 game cards for each. So that would come out to $36, and they had it on sale for $28.80, which is pretty good. That's a total of $7.20. I'm going to add that $7.20 on. Now, I have spent $28.80. If I spent something that was, let's say that I was at 72, so I had $72 left. If I spent something that was like $75, then I'm going to have to subtract $3 from my portfolio. So that's the way I'm going to do the rules with this. I feel like this is the best way to kind of promote healthier habits in general on this channel. And obviously, if you're tight on cash, don't do something like this too often. But I'm at the point in my portfolio and my life that I'm going to start doing this a bit more often on activities that I enjoy. Might get another pass next month, especially with we're going to have a double date, me and my wife and my best friend Mary with her new husband. So we're going to take a look at that. And yeah, I'm going to try to beat Mary in air hockey. So, hey, Mary, I know you've been talking about how like my air hockey skills suck. So if you're watching this, game on. At 7th place is Cashwalk with $5. I tried to get back on it, but again, with a sickness, it's hard to pay attention or walk, so I'm stuck with the $5 earned for this month, and next month I'll try to make a little bit more. We'll see what happens. 1Q, I earned 50 cents, just 1 2-question survey this month, and that was about it. And finally, Bridge is negative $23.21. I earned $28.79, and I spent $52 on Earn Plus for another year of Bridge's Earn Plus membership, since my account did get in before they stopped it. Now for investments. I had only $200 more to put into investments this month, and I'm putting it all into my stock portfolio, putting $120 into my US stocks, $40 into international stocks, and $40 into bond stocks. My plan for next month will be at least $100 is going to an iBond, while the rest will go to my main portfolio. We'll see. One other bit of note I do want to mention is I do like that my crypto share is starting to fall a bit because I no longer have a source for crypto. However, stocks did take a bit of a plunge themselves. That's fine. I'm in this experiment for the long term. One thing with crypto I did do was fully stake my Ethereum, so I have been earning a little bit of Ethereum each month as a result of it. Think of it as their own little version of a dividend, or like, taking it to a bank and getting interest for it. Anyway, my total net worth is $2,694.52 for the month, divided between 77% in stocks, 18% in bonds, and 3.5% in crypto. I am earning about $4.79 a month in interest and dividends toward my investments. And I'm going to start mentioning this number because this is where the heart of the engine will start to grow. We make beer money, put it into investments, but this piece here, the dividend interest piece, and I haven't talked about it very much up until now, is the real part of the engine. And it's small to start, but it will grow over time. Hopefully the graph will show this number over time. I will go back and take a look at previous months and see if I can make a graph going all the way back to the very beginning for y'all. My goal for April is to get back at it and finish up Monopoly Go on Freecash before going back to Fun Little Word Games, my fave. Also, we are going to try to hit $3,000 on the portfolio by the end of the month, and hopefully the market will cooperate with us on that one. I don't know. However, the bigger goal for me this month is to find a crypto source now that I no longer can use another particular app that I'm about 50-50 on knowing if I could even mention it anymore, so I'm just not going to. So I'm going to start pushing a little bit on Bitcoin Miner and Idle Miner and get to a point I'm earning the 200 or 250 or 330 Satoshi a day on it, or whatever the limit is this week. With the big app gone, ZBD and Cointoply are my only options, and ZBD looks like the easier path, so ZBD it is. And that is the video. Let me know how you did in March on the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to Beer Money Engine. We are so close to 5,000 subscribers. I am Pharaoh Silver signing out, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.